So today we're going to dive deep into AI and how we can actually use it for strategic thinking in business.
Mm.
I've been going through Ask the Right Questions by Krishna Kumar, and let me tell you, it's got me really jazzed about the potential here.
Yeah, the possibilities are pretty much endless when you think about it.
Totally. And it's not about like AI taking over and making all the decisions for us.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's more like how do we use these incredible tools to, I guess, to augment our own strategic thinking.
Yeah, I like how Kumar puts it. It's about augmenting human intelligence, not replacing it. And one of the key things he emphasizes is this idea of prompting.
Okay, prompting, yeah.
So it's like, instead of just asking AI for like generic business advice, give me some strategies,
Right.
it's about being way more specific.
Right. So it's not just what should my business do? It's like, how can I use AI to, I don't know, what would be a good example? Like analyze customer data more effectively.
Exactly. Or let's say you're in the fashion industry, right?
Hmm.
Instead of asking AI for just business strategies, what if you asked for, give me 3 innovative ways to use AI for market expansion, specifically in fashion?
Ooh, I like that. That's a really good example.
Yeah, it's about getting those creative juices flowing.
Kumar actually calls that being laser focused with your prompts.
It makes a huge difference.
It does. Because if you're too broad, you're just going to get generic answers.
And you're not going to be using the AI to its full potential.
Exactly. And he gives like 10 techniques for writing these really effective prompts in the book, which I found super helpful because it's not always obvious.
Yeah, it's an art form in itself.
It is. It's like learning a new language almost.
In a way, it is. And one of the things I thought was really interesting was this idea of progressive prompting.
Okay, so break that down for me.
So you're not just asking one and done. You're building upon each answer, kind of like a conversation.
Okay, so it's more of a back and forth.
Exactly. So let's say, for example, you're trying to figure out what the latest trends are in, I don't know, sustainable packaging.
Okay, yeah, that's a hot topic.
Right. So you could start by asking the AI to pinpoint those current trends. But then you use those AI-generated insights to go deeper. You might ask, okay, now how can a small bakery, let's say, leverage these trends, but like on a budget?
I see. So you're using the AI to not just give you information, but to help you apply it to your specific situation.
Exactly. It's like having a super-powered brainstorming partner.
That's a great way to put it
Yep.
because, sometimes when you're just brainstorming on your own, you can get stuck in a rut.
Totally. And the AI can help you think outside the box, come up with ideas you might never have considered otherwise.
And speaking of tools, I mean, Kumar goes into detail about different AI tools you can use for all of this, ChatGPT, obviously, but also Perplexity AI, and even, get this, Excel.
Don't underestimate the power of a good spreadsheet.
I know, right? I was surprised by that one, too.
It's all about using the right tool for the job.
And he kind of lays it out like a toolbox, right, for the modern strategist.
Exactly. Like he gives 100 concrete AI prompts, which is incredible.
100. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm definitely not going to run out of ideas anytime soon.
It's a treasure trove of strategic inspiration.
It really is. And he covers everything from like scenario planning, that's a big one,
To competitive intelligence.
which is crucial in today's market.
To, get this, leveraging biomimicry for innovation.
Ah, yes. Biomimicry.
You're going to have to explain that one to me.
Well, it's basically about looking to nature for design inspiration.
Okay, so like what? Like Velcro is inspired by burrs or something?
Exactly. Or like the way a gecko's feet stick to surfaces, that inspired new adhesives.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool.
Right. So Kumar shows how AI can help uncover those unexpected connections
Mhm.
to drive business breakthroughs.
Wow, so it's not just about like crunching numbers and analyzing data.
It's about sparking creativity as well.
And I like that he's applying this to such a wide range of challenges.
Yeah, it's not just for one specific industry or business size.
Like he talks about crisis management, building a circular economy.
All really important stuff. It really shows how versatile this approach can be.
And honestly, who better to guide us through this than Krishna Kumar himself?
Right. I mean, he's not just some like AI guru who's all talk.
The guy's got real world experience.
He's the CEO of Green Pepper plus AI, and he's been leading workshops on this stuff for years.
helping companies actually integrate AI into their strategic thinking.
So he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk.
Exactly. And what I appreciate is that he doesn't just focus on the tech.
Oh, that's so important.
He really emphasizes the human element as well.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about people, right?
Exactly. Like, he talks about the importance of cognitive diversity in decision-making, ethical considerations.
Things that sometimes get overlooked in the rush to embrace the latest tech.
Right, but Kumar's very mindful of those aspects,
So it's about finding that sweet spot.
where human ingenuity and AI's processing power intersect.
I like that. Okay, so we've established that prompting is key,
Mm.
and that Kumar gives us a ton to work with in terms of specific prompts.
Yeah, he's very generous with his examples.
But how do we actually use these prompts with like different AI tools? Like, does he get into the nuts and bolts of like, okay, here's how you plug this prompt into ChatGPT, for example?
Oh, absolutely, he does. He's all about the practical application. Oh, yeah, he totally gets into the nitty-gritty.
Music to my ears,
Ah.
because I'm all about actionable advice.
And he breaks it down by tool, which is super helpful.
So like, okay, let's say I'm ready to fire up ChatGPT.
Your trusty AI brainstorming buddy.
Exactly. What kind of prompts would I use for, say, scenario planning?
Okay, so let's imagine you're a craft brewery.
Okay, I like where this is going.
And you're a little, well, a lot, nervous about this big competitor who might be launching a similar product line.
Ooh, yeah, that's the stuff of nightmares for a small business.
For real. But instead of just stressing about it, you can use ChatGPT to play out those what-if scenarios.
Oh, I see. So you can kind of get ahead of the curve.
Exactly. You could ask something like, what are 3 potential outcomes if, let's call them Brewery X, launches a line of hard seltzers just like mine?
Okay, so you're not just waiting to see what happens, you're anticipating different possibilities.
And that lets you be proactive, come up with contingency plans.
Which is huge. Because, in the business world, being able to adapt quickly is everything.
It's survival of the fittest out there.
No kidding. Yeah. Okay, so that's ChatGPT for brainstorming and scenario planning. What about when you're drowning in data and you need to make sense of it all? That's where Perplexity AI comes in, right?
That's your research assistant on steroids. Think deep dives into market trends, competitor analysis, the kind of stuff that would take you forever to do manually.
So if I was, say, I don't know, if I was a marketing manager and I wanted to see what my competitors were up to.
You could literally ask Perplexity AI to, analyze their latest campaigns.
Whoa, that's kind of scary, but also amazing.
It's all about staying ahead of the game, right?
Totally. Okay, so give me another example.
Okay. Let's say you're a boutique hotel, right?
Okay, fancy.
And you want to make sure you're offering the latest and greatest amenities.
Of course, got to keep those guests happy.
You could ask, what are the latest trends in, I don't know, eco-friendly hospitality?
Oh, that's a good one. Because sustainability is such a big deal now.
Huge. And Perplexity AI can scan the web for articles, studies, even social media buzz to give you this comprehensive view of what's hot and what's not.
So you're not just relying on, your gut feeling.
You've got data to back it up.
Okay, that's seriously impressive.
Yes.
But now I have to ask about the old faithful, the OG data cruncher itself, Excel.
Ah, yes, Excel.
Because I was surprised to see that Kumar includes it as a strategic tool.
Well, people forget that Excel is a data visualization superhero.
Okay, true. A spreadsheet can be pretty powerful when you know how to use it.
Exactly. You can use it for trend analysis, for quantifying your SWOT analysis.
Okay, so how would that work in a real-world scenario?
Let's say you're a food truck owner.
Okay, I'm hungry already.
You could track your sales data over time, see what's selling well in different locations, and then use that to inform your strategy for expanding to new neighborhoods.
So from spreadsheet to strategic domination. Who knew?
Exactly. Don't underestimate the power of Excel.
Duly noted. Now, I know Kumar doesn't just stop there. He also talks about some other pretty intriguing AI tools like Claude, Google Gemini, even Meta AI, right?
Right. And each has its own, strengths.
Okay, so give me the rundown.
So you've got Claude, which is like your in-depth analyst, right?
Yeah.
Really good for digging into complex problems.
Okay, so if I'm thinking about acquiring another company.
Claude could help you do a deep dive SWOT analysis, weigh the pros and cons.
Gotcha. So if ChatGPT is the brainstorming buddy, Claude is the one you call when you need serious strategic firepower.
Exactly. Then you've got Google Gemini, the master of real-time information.
Ooh, real time. That's key in today's fast-paced world.
Tell me about it. Imagine having your finger on the pulse of, your market 24/7.
Okay, now that's a game changer. What kind of real-time insights are we talking about?
I mean, Gemini can track competitor activity, news sentiment. It can even analyze video content for strategic insights.
Wait, hold up. Analyzing videos. Like, it can tell me what people are saying about my brand on social media just by watching videos.
You got it. It's about staying ahead of the curve, especially in a world where, like, everything is so visual now.
Okay, that's next level stuff.
And if agility is what you're after, then Meta AI is your co-pilot.
Okay, tell me more about this Copilot idea, because I like the sound of that.
So imagine there's a sudden supply chain disruption.
Which, let's be real, happens all the time these days.
Right. Meta AI can help you adapt your strategy on the fly.
So instead of freaking out, you can make, like, calculated adjustments.
Exactly. It helps you analyze different options, make those crucial decisions in real time.
It's like having a strategic advisor whispering in your ear, don't panic, but here's what you need to consider.
100%. And finally, there's Microsoft Copilot, kind of the versatile all-rounder of the group.
Okay, so like the Swiss Army knife of AI tools.
Exactly. It's all about streamlining workflows, making collaboration smoother, just generally making your life easier.
Sounds like my kind of tool. So it seems like Kumar is saying, don't limit yourself to just one AI tool. Experiment with the whole toolbox.
Absolutely. Find what works best for you and your specific needs.
But with all this talk about AI tools, I'm curious about how we actually apply them to, like, concrete strategic challenges. Like, how do you use ChatGPT to develop a blue ocean strategy?
He totally addresses that. And for those who might not be familiar with the term, Blue Ocean Strategy is all about finding those uncontested market spaces.
So instead of fighting it out in a crowded market,
You create your own little oasis.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So how does ChatGPT fit into all of this?
Well, Kumar suggests using its brainstorming power to uncover those blue ocean ideas.
Okay, so give me an example.
Let's say you're a company that specializes in, I don't know, personalized pet products.
Okay, very specific. I like it.
You could ask ChatGPT something like, what are 3 potential blue ocean opportunities for a business?
And then boom, you're swimming in a sea of untapped potential.
Exactly. It's about thinking outside the box, finding those areas where you can really stand out.
I love it. Now, blue ocean strategy is great, but what about when you're dealing with, like, the good old-fashioned competition?
Ah, yes. Competitive intelligence.
Because knowing your enemy is half the battle, right?
Right. And Kumar gives some great examples of how you can use, like, Perplexity AI for this.
So it's not just about, like, knowing who your competitors are, but really understanding their strengths and weaknesses.
Exactly. And maybe even getting a glimpse into their next move.
It's like having a crystal ball that reveals your competitor's game plan.
In a way, yeah. But with all this talk about AI, it's important to remember one thing.
AI isn't going to, like, take over the world and make all our strategic decisions for us.
Not exactly. It's more like, remember those superpower tools we were talking about?
Yeah, the ones that can analyze data and predict trends and all that.
Right. Well, Kumar's point is those are just tools. Really powerful tools, sure, but still tools.
So it's like, we still need someone to use the tools effectively.
Exactly. It's like having a, I don't know, a supercharged race car.
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
It might be incredibly fast and powerful, but you still need a skilled driver behind the wheel.
Otherwise, you're going to crash and burn.
Exactly. So the AI can give us all this incredible data, these insights, but it's still up to us humans to interpret it all, you know?
To make sense of it in the context of our own businesses and our own experiences.
100%. Because our judgment, our creativity, that's what's going to set us apart.
That's what's going to lead to those aha moments, those game-changing strategies.
Exactly. So how do we actually make sure we're using AI effectively?
That's what I'm curious about. Like, Kumar talks about integrating these tools into our businesses, but where do we even start?
Well, he's got a whole roadmap for that. And the good news is it doesn't have to be this big, scary overhaul.
So we're not talking about, like, throwing out our entire strategic planning process and replacing it with robots.
Not at all. It's more about taking what you're already doing and giving it an AI upgrade.
Okay, I like the sound of that. So what's step 1?
Education. Making sure everyone on your team understands what AI is, how it works, and most importantly, how it can be used strategically.
Because there's no point in having all these fancy tools if nobody knows how to use them.
Exactly. Kumar talks about doing workshops, sharing case studies, anything to kind of demystify the whole AI thing.
So you're not just throwing people in the deep end, you're giving them the skills and the knowledge to swim.
Exactly. You want people excited about the possibilities, not intimidated by the technology.
Makes sense. So once everyone's up to speed, then what? Do we just start, like, plugging away at prompts?
Well, not so fast. Kumar emphasizes the importance of being strategic about where you actually apply AI.
So don't just use it for everything.
Exactly. Focus on the areas where it can make the biggest impact, the areas that are most aligned with your specific business goals.
So if I'm like a small online retailer, I probably don't need to be analyzing global supply chains.
Probably not. You'd want to focus on things like personalizing the customer experience or predicting buying trends, things that are really going to move the needle for your business.
That's super helpful. Okay, so we've got our target areas. Everyone's on board. What's next?
Time to experiment.
So we finally get to play with the toys.
Exactly. But even here, Kumar has some wise words.
Always.
He suggests starting small, maybe picking one specific project to pilot an AI solution.
So like a test run.
Exactly. That way, you can try out different tools, refine your prompting skills, and get some early wins under your belt.
And if things don't go as planned?
You learn from it, you adjust your approach, you try something different. It's all part of the process.
And as you gain more experience, you can gradually scale up your AI initiatives, right?
Exactly. Start with the low-hanging fruit, build some momentum, and then go after those bigger, hairier challenges.
That's like anything else. You got to crawl before you can walk before you can run.
Exactly. And speaking of running, Kumar also emphasizes the importance of ongoing learning.
Because the AI world moves fast. What's cutting edge today might be obsolete tomorrow.
Right. He's a big advocate for staying updated on the latest tools, the latest techniques, even attending conferences.
So it's about cultivating that culture of continuous learning and improvement.
100%, because the more you learn, the more you can do with AI.
And the more you can do, the more successful your business can be.
It's a win-win.
I love it. Well, I've got to say, this deep dive has been eye-opening. I feel like I have a much better grasp on how AI can actually be used for strategic thinking.
That's what we like to hear.
And, what really stood out to me is that it's not about humans versus machines.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's about finding that synergy, that sweet spot where human ingenuity and AI's processing power intersect.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So, to wrap things up, if there's one thing I hope our listeners take away from this episode, it's that AI isn't something to be afraid of.
It's a tool to be embraced.
Exactly. It's here to help us, to augment our own abilities, to ask better questions, and ultimately, to make smarter decisions.
So if you're ready to unlock the strategic power of AI, take that first step. Pick up Krishna Kumar's Ask the Right Questions, start experimenting, and see where this incredible technology can take you.
And who knows, maybe you'll uncover the next billion-dollar idea. Until next time, happy strategizing.